the evening. We had a very high-scoring game. The first one, all credit to Hazratullah Zazai, the way he batted. Not to forget Chris Gale, absolutely brilliant knocks from both of them for either side. But this is going to be a big game as well for the Leopards. Remember last night, they lost their game, so they will be under some pressure. And Mohammad Shahzad, well, he's always proactive, always something to do on the field. He's got his own methods of batting as well. And he'll be eager that his team does well, because last game they didn't have a great one. Udana, of course, has been special for them. Just having a chat, Mohammad Shahzad with Udana. Mr. Udana has been absolutely brilliant with the ball. The way he's bowled the Yorkers, the first 2 or 3 overs with the new ball. And mentioning about the importance of this game now, because you see Paktia Panthers, they've got 6 points. The Leopards, they have 4. So Kandahar Knights, they're just trying to move up the ladder there. So whoever loses this one will be under a bit of pressure coming into the next week, which is going to be the business end of the tournament. So it's going to be a very important game, this one, for both the sides, for the Panthers and the Leopards. So remember, the top 4 teams will be vying for the semi-finals. The team that finishes first will be playing with the 4th position team. The second team that finishes will be playing with the 3rd position team. 437 runs for Tarakai, 150 for him. His best 90. He's got a decent technique. Of course, they like to have a good start. Anton Devsic has been in a tremendous touch. He's batted well. Couldn't do much in the last game, but he's a very handy customer. To see that strike rate tells the story. 250s for him in the APL. A strike rate of almost 141, 239 runs for him. So he's done well. His best 94.
Yeah, we've seen him really cut loose. And with Johnson Charles, they make a fearsome combination if they do get going. Yusuf Zazai is going to be opening the bowling. Economy rate of 8.2, so maybe a wee bit on the high side. Best of 1 for 15. But he's got some good skills, good change of pace. And he's going to need all of that here tonight, because it's a good wicket. We saw that in the previous game, that there's plenty of runs on offer. So as a bowler, you have to make sure that you're spot on. Bismillah Yan Shinwari from Afghanistan is the standing umpire in this evening's encounter. And Anil Chaudhary is assisting him, and he's from India. So we're very nearly ready to rock and roll here in this very, very important game insofar as this competition is concerned. And both sides will know exactly what's at stake. And that should prove for a really, really good contest. We expect lots of ebbs and flows and various stages of the game. But these first few overs, the power play overs, very crucial, because with the field restrictions, only 2 men out, you've got to make sure that you try and find the boundary as often as possible, get your team off to a flyer. For fuck's sake, get on with it.
Yeah, this man comes in. That's Shahid Afridi. Didn't play the last game, so coming after a break, would be fresh, raring to go. That's exactly what he was talking about with Brian. Always a very handy customer, bowled really well. The last game he played, Shahid Afridi. He's taking a bit of time settling in. There's going to be Anton Devsic on strike at the moment. So everything settled. And it's ball number 1 of this game. Oh, no. Still will have to wait. Everybody, Alistair, waiting patiently.
Well, he took an age to tie up his shoelaces and got that right, and then forgot to mark his run out properly. Well, anyway, it's better than just going through with it. We saw a few new, or no balls, I should say, in the first game that were costly. Rightio, here we go then.
Right on.
So first delivery from Yusuf Zai, right on the button there, within the stump. That's exactly what he's got to do. Just having a word with the umpire as well. Had a towel in the pocket just in case the dew comes in. Just went to the ground. At the moment looks absolutely perfect. No signs of dew. On the first 2 days, the start of the Gul Bahar Afghanistan Premier League, we had some issues regarding dew, and that was a big problem for the spinners especially. The last few days have been pretty good. That's played well. Sweeping across, the first runs coming from the blade of Devsich. Very nicely played. Fork 4.
Soloriza. Yeah, it was a very average delivery, you'd have to say, with fine leg up in the circle. And he's running and dug it in halfway down. That's an easy put away. And Anton Devsich not going to miss out on those. As mentioned, this is a good surface. You've got to be spot on. You've got to make sure that your plans are clear in your head and you have the ability to execute, because you get it slightly wrong, you're going to go the distance.
Sometimes what happens, Alistair, is you see the previous game and you think it was a very high-scoring game, you know, big runs scored, almost 500 runs in that game. So how to go about? So there would have been a bit of talk by the coach, by the captain. So how to really go? But I think, you got to just play ball by ball, over by over. Don't think too big. Mujib, Zahir, they have some brilliant spinners in the ranks. Not forget Zahir Khan.
Yeah, they would have had a chance to go out and look at the wicket as well. So yes, you've got in the back of your mind what's happened in the previous game. That gives you an understanding of what you need to be doing in the game that you play, gives you an understanding of the conditions. But then you also got to go out there and assess yourselves. And I think they would have gone out there and said, hey, hold on, this is a really good-looking pitch, much better than the one yesterday. So we've got to up the ante a little bit and obviously know that it's going to be a high-scoring game. So you would have set your stall out, you would have been going through the thought processes and know full well that there's runs on offer here. Well, that's up and over. And he hasn't quite got all of it. More a pitching wedge than a driver. And they'll come back for 2. So right off the bottom of the bat.
Yeah, but you were spot on, Alistair, because you did mention this is a very good wicket, much better than what we saw yesterday. Not much cracks on the surface. The binding has been good. And my fellow commentator, Alistair, did mention it's going to be full of runs. That's exactly what transpired in the first game. You can see the binding, the sheen on the surface. And this typical of a Sharjah wicket. And that's exactly what we saw in the first game. Great work done by the ground staff as well. Full credit to them. That's played well. Up and over. That's going to be a 4. Fork boundary to end the over. Expensive one from Yusuf. 10 without loss.
चलो चलो बहुत काम बाकी है। उफ ये गर्मी, ये मुझे ही करना पड़ेगा। ओए। अब परफेक्ट है। माइक चेक 1 2 3 परफेक्ट है। परफेक्ट तो आप हैं। धूप गर्मी पसीने में भी इतनी फ्रेश कैसे? परफेक्ट फ्रेशनेस विद नया सनसिल्क रिफ्रेश। इसकी फ्रेग्रेंस बर्स्ट टेक्नोलॉजी दे मिंट और इंजीर की खुशबू हर बार बस छूने पे महकती फ्रेशनेस अब 48 आवर्स तक। नया सनसिल्क नेचुरल रिचार्ज।
So decent start here for the Leopards. Last ball, previous over, really struck well by Anton. He's been in great form, going up and over, knew exactly what he was doing. Much better timing. Lovely bat flow as well. Freeing his arms up and getting the result he wanted. The young man will have to think how to bowl against a quality batsman. There's going to be Suru Dana from the other end.
He sure knows how to bowl to quality batsmen. He's done it all tournament long, and he's had the upper hand. 10 wickets in the tournament so far. Have a look at that economy rate, and that's bowling in the power play and at the death. Outstanding. Best of 4 for 38. So look for him to be spot on in this particular game as well.
I think out of all the new ball bowlers, he's been the most impressive. Absolutely fantastic. The way he's bowled, just not about the wickets he's picked up, the lines, the slow ones, the way he's varied his pace. Absolutely brilliant. Just see those wickets as well. 3 against Kandhar, 3 for 19, 4 against Bulk. Was a touch expensive, but absolutely brilliant in the death as well. Against the same team, 2 for 28 against the Leopards. So absolutely brilliant. Every game he's delivered for his side.
It's a big appeal. Oh, was it pitching outside leg stump? It's gone away for 4, so unfortunately it'll cost him. But it was a terrific delivery. Hurried him for pace when he tried to play a little too square, did Tarakai. Played across it, and the only thing that saved him was that it pitched outside leg stump. Confirmation of that fact. Would have clattered into all 3. Of that there's no doubt, but you cannot be out if the ball pitches outside leg stump. And I think there's the umpire just having a word and saying, listen, this is what I thought, and you're spot on, ump. That's a really good decision.
Oh, he's a very good umpire, Anil Chaudhary. He's very consistent, very experienced as well. That's exactly what he told Udana. Wasn't very happy, Udana, that it wasn't given, but absolutely right. Once it pitches outside leg stump, can't be given. Much fuller this time. So once again a left and right opening combination here for Nangarhar Leopards. Suddenly, you know, to start with, Alistair, you did mention that the bowling lineup looks to be the best, and yes, the team balance is so good, but they're just losing the momentum, the Leopards. They've got to be very careful, because the last game as well, yesterday evening, they could have really chased down, just losing the plot while batting.
Yeah, there was a sort of mental meltdown, wasn't there? And they had the opposition 25 for 5, allowed them to get 140 and then not able to chase it down. So those demons are always not far from the surface. You've got to get suppress them, get them down and get the positive thoughts flowing.
And this is the best thing about Udana. You know, he'll alter his length at times. He's not predictable. Going to be tough here for Tarakai. He's taking his time. Hasn't opened his account so far. Surely Udana will be testing him on even such a good wicket.
Yeah, just the 4 leg byes off the over so far, and then the 4 dot balls. So, as expected from Udana. Still a ball remaining, though. He's got to make sure that he's concentrating and gets it in the right area, because he knows that after such a good over, the batsman's looking to score. Goes after it, and there is protection out there. There was a field change. Really good stuff from captain and bowler. 2 overs done, 15 for none.
You see the bowling lineup for the Leopards now. Zahir Khan, Mujibur Rahman, Sandeep Lamichhane from Nepal. Rahman Shah did a very good job the other day. Picked up 3 wickets, was man of the match as well. So they've got decent spinners in the ranks, and that's a big strength. Sanullah Janat back up for the Panthers. Sikandar Raza has been in good touch. He's really batted well and also fielded really brilliantly along with his useful bowling efforts.
Sharifi into the attack. So he's got his work cut out now. 3 matches, best of 3 for 34. There's a big appeal there. I tell you what, that's mighty close. Yeah, he's given him. I just thought that was pretty adjacent in real time. The umpire concurs and Tarakai has to go.
Yeah, trying to play on the onside, just closing the bat face. Would be disappointed. Tarakai couldn't really make a move on. Good delivery there from Sharifi, coming in, angling in. Just struck him on the back leg as well and looked very adjacent. The finger was up and he had to go. Delight there for the bowler, Sharifi, getting an early wicket. Just the confidence that he wanted. It's Tarakai out for 1. It's 15 for 1. So at number 3 walks in Johnson Charles, a man who can really clobber the bowling. 98 runs for him so far in the APL, 43 is best. Tarakai just waited there for a few seconds. Wasn't very happy. Was there some inside edge?
Don't think so. And the back leg was bent as well. It hit him on the fleshy part just above the pad. Normally, if he's standing upright, that would indicate that it's going over the stumps, but it was bent. So I think it's a fair decision from the umpire. It was adjacent and I think would have been hitting the top of the stumps.
They just played the wrong shot, but this one absolutely perfect. That's going to be a 4. Lovely strike, bisecting that gap. Charles getting an early boundary. A 4.
Didn't want to put in the dive, yeah, Shahid Afridi. I thought that instead of chasing it to the boundary, he might have put in the dive, but as soon as it was hit, he started escorting it to the boundary. And, well, the ball won comfortably in the end. Lovely shot that from Johnson Charles, placed beautifully in the gap.
Slashing at that one. Well, this man, once again, he's donned the gloves. Last game, I remember, it was Mohammad Sardar who was keeping for the Paktia Panthers. But now, just seeing the relevance of this game, they have to really win it. Once again, back behind the stumps here, the captain, Mohammad Shahzad. Sikandar Raza, always a captain's delight. They have a few match winners in the ranks, Paktia Panthers.
Oh, that's a really good shot. I'm going to just get the single for it. Kept his shape nicely, did Johnson Charles, and trying to hit it too hard, punched it down the ground. So he's looking in good condition early on. And as mentioned, they'll know that this is a good pitch. Both of them have been out there for a few deliveries now. Johnson Charles 4 and Devsic 6 balls, but they'd have known straight away that the ball's coming on a lot better and it's good for batting. Now they've got to make sure that they take advantage.
But decent over here from Sharifi. He's been impressive. Can really curl the ball back into the right-hander. At the moment, the left-hander on strike. And going to be a dot delivery up to end the 3rd over. It's 20 for 1. 20 for 1. The Leopards after 3 overs. By number 15, going to be Usuru Udana once again. Special first over once again from him, just conceding 1 run. He's been absolutely brilliant. Ring of fielders on the offside for Charles on strike, the right-hander.
Such a good bowler, really is. He knows that Johnson Charles is going to try and line him up, so there's no length balls. There's either that full delivery, there's the slower ball. He knows exactly what's required. And if he does bowl a length ball, I'm sure it would have been an error. He knows that he's looking in that favoured leg side area. Any length ball, he's looking to heave over anywhere between mid-on and square leg.
The thing is, he won't be giving much width to the batsman. You know, he's got to manufacture some shots. Remember that game when he got that wicket as well off Chris Gayle, big wicket. He was just struggling at that stage, Chris Gayle, but just see that delivery. It happened, brilliant delivery. Chris Gayle didn't have any clue about that one. Got an early wicket, Udana. Always a wicket you will cherish. And such has been his performance, that he's got those early wickets, not given easy runs, stemmed the flow of runs.
It was over the wicket. It's coming round the wicket now. So a change of angle for Usuru Udana.
Hi guys, so we are here at the Sunsilk Studios and we're going to be answering some of your Insta questions.
Oh, straight to the man. He's missed out there, Johnson Charles. He's got away with that one as Usuru Udana trying to bowl the Yorker, get it full straight, and well, all he ended up doing was bowling a full toss, and he had just made the field change where square leg came up into the circle. So there was acres of space behind square on the leg side, and he's picked him out perfectly.
Yeah, timed it pretty well. Shinwari was the fielder at square leg. Left or right to him, few yards would have been a certain 4. Lucky there. Oh, just chipping it in the air. Just eluding him. Just eluding Shinwari. Udana not very happy, coming back for the second as well. So it's all happening here.
Yeah, he's not happy at all. Really good piece of deception from Usuru Udana. It was the slower ball dipped on Johnson Charles. And Shinwari, you'd have to say, was a bit slow in getting out of the blocks, and then took his sweet time in gathering it again, and they got through for 2. Yeah, not his best effort in the field, Samuel Shinwari, and Usuru Udana let him know it.
Yeah, he was saying first you drop the catch, probably should have attempted much better, and then conceding the second run as well. But there should have been only 1. As a bowler, when you're working hard, you're never happy. That should be a wide. He's earning in his line. Surely needed a better effort there, Shinwari.
Here it is, the change of pace, and chipped up in the air. He moved so late at Shinwari. Should have really made a better effort than that, and then just took his time, just dawdled after the ball, and they ran through for 2. That's what really irritated Udana. Again, not good contact from Johnson Charles, and not able to get it past the fielder or into the gap. Just the 3 runs off this over. Outstanding stuff again from Udana. 1 ball remaining. He's only conceded 4 runs, would you believe?
At least the bowlers want it, Lester, is you know, commitment by the fielders. At least they want them to give their best. They're working hard in these conditions. Bowling never easy on such a track. A lot of change in the field. A lot of man at deep mid wicket, a long on, so 2 boundary riders on the onside. Again, a very good over so far. Finishing off with a dot delivery. Well done, Udana. 4 overs gone, 23 for 1.
Three for 1 and 4 overs, so pretty sedate start, you'd have to say, from the Nangarhar Leopards, having won the toss, decided to bat first. But we saw that in the first game as well. The Bulk Legends were 10 for none after 3 and ended up with 244. So acceleration can be achieved just with one good over.
This is what Zai has to do, because Udana at the other end is keeping that pressure. He's really bowled well. Got to keep fuller, keep the ball within the stumps. Such an asset for any captain, Isuru Udana.
Yep, the batting conditions are still the same. They're good. But the difference between the first game and this game has been the bowling. The Paktia Panthers have been on song. They've hit exactly the areas they needed to hit. They've been really full Yorker length, and they've bowled some good slower balls and really not given anything away thus far. And that's been the difference so far anyway.
Oh, good change of pace. Trying to whack it on the onside, missing it completely. After the departure of Tharakai, things have really slowed down here for the Leopards.
Yeah, good stuff. Really had the measure of Anton Devcic way through the shot. He really has got a good change of pace. Isuru Udana, for me, has got the best change of pace in the competition of any of the fast bowlers. But this guy's up there, Zai.
That's pulled away. It's important to a bowler to feel so very important, especially in the power play. Don't want to concede too many runs, keep the pressure going, because Paktia Panthers have someone like Sikandar Raza. They have Shahid Afridi in the ranks, some decent spinners.